It's time for the Lakeville Government Channel Kids and Government program. Kids and Government, yeah! On today's show, join Hank the Hog and Georgette the Frog as they give you Halloween safety tips for kids. On Ask Mr. E, the world's greatest puppet detective finds out about winter parking regulations in the city of Lakeville. Walking the Dog with Louie the Dog finds our pup checking out the new trail map with Parks and Recreation Director Steve Mashad. Is it a bird or a plane? No, it's Euphronia and Euphronia, bringing you another installment of What's That? And I'm Roger Mildewstain, here at Lakeville Government TV World Headquarters. And now, here's the host of Kids in Government, RR the Raccoon. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lakeville Kids in Government. I'm RR the Raccoon, your congenial host, here on our program where we take a humorous and educational look at how government works. Hey, we're coming to you in front of Lakeville City Hall, and boy, do we got a great show for you this month, so let's get right to it. Up top, here on the tippy top of our show is my good friend, Mr. E, with his newest edition of Ask Mr. E. So take it away, world's greatest puppet detective! Thank you. From the Lakeville Government Channel 16 studios in downtown Lakeville, this is Ask Mr. E with, what's his name again? Oh yeah, cue music, with Mr. E. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Ask Mr. E. I'm Mr. E, the world's greatest puppet detective, and as in every episode of Ask Mr. E, this segment is written, produced, directed, starred, and potpourried by me, Mr. E. Well, folks, we got a great segment for you this month, and our segment this month is, stay back there. I've got it right this time. Don't get angry with me. All right, here it is, folks. Today we're talking about whining, barking irregularities. Now, when I start talking about whining, barking irregularities, why did you do that? We're not doing a segment on whining, barking irregularities? I hate to ask. What are we doing a segment on if we're not doing a segment on whining, barking irregularities? We're doing a segment on winter parking regulations. Oh, brother, I'm not even close. Let's go to today's letter. Oh, for heaven's sakes. And today's letter comes from little Stewie Griffith. And Stewie Griffith writes, "What is this winter parking regulation stuff anyway? Help me!" Signed, Stewie. Well, little Stewie, thank you so much for your letter, and I like that fake British accent. But the way that I can answer your question is I need to go down to Central Maintenance and talk to my good friend Neil Normandin, and he'll tell us all about winter parking regulations, not whining, barking irregularities. All right, that's it. I'm coming to get you! I decided to give my good friend Neil Normandin, the operation and maintenance analyst and safety specialist with the city of Lakeville, a call. I told Neil about my dilemma. He informed me that he'd be happy to talk to me regarding winter parking regulations. I asked him if we could meet at the Central Maintenance facility to discuss the situation. And to my surprise, he said,
"Oh, I certainly can."
I hopped into my van and drove to Central Maintenance. When I arrived at the facility, Neil met me in the truck bay, and I proceeded to get right to my questions. All right, Neil, tell me about Lakeville's winter parking ordinance.
Well, Mr. E, the main reason that we have a parking ordinance, a winter parking ordinance, is to protect private property and to make sure that our snowplow operators can get through the city very easily after the first snowfall.
Very good. Now, one of the main problems is that people, well, I shouldn't say people park, but the vehicles are parked by people on the street. And what kind of hazard does that create, Neil, for our drivers?
Well, you have to imagine that a street is 28 feet wide, and a plow takes up 15 feet of that, so just a little bit more than the traffic lane.
You're kidding. That's a big plow.
It is. It is. And so if you have a car parked on the side of the road, which takes up about 4 or 5 feet, now you're really narrowing the area that the plow operator can work in. So he has to pull out and around that car, and if there's 2 cars parked together, he can't make it through the street.
It makes a lot of sense. And what is the advantage of having this parking ordinance for the citizens and the plow drivers?
Well, the plow drivers get a chance to be out early and get the first snow off the roads right away without having any obstacles. So we can clear the snow much more quickly for the citizens or for the residents of Lakeville, and so that when they come out in the morning to go to work, hopefully they've got a plowed street in front of their house and they're ready to go.
As I finished my discussion with Neil, I now had the profound sense that I, Mr. E, knew everything there was to know about winter parking regulations. Well, folks, that's it for this edition of Ask Mr. E. Hey, it's raining outside, and I want to get inside so I don't melt. Ha! So until next time, everyone, this is Ask Mr. E. We'll see you next time on Ask Mr. E. Bye.
Hello everyone, it is I, Ted Pickle, here for this month's edition of Kids Quick Tip. Hey, it's election time across the good old USA, so I thought I'd give you some election history facts that took place here in the state of Minnesota. Minnesota voted exclusively Republican from 1860 through the onset of the Great Depression, except for 1912, when it sided with the progressive candidate and former Republican Theodore Roosevelt. From 1932 onward, the state has primarily voted Democratic, last voting Republican during the Nixon landslide victory in 1972. That's it.
Hey everyone, R the Raccoon back here, and yes, I have a great operatic voice, and I will continue using my operatic voice to do the next intro, which is a segment with Louie the dog, so walk that dog! Yeah! It is I, Louie the dog, here with another episode of Walking the Dog with Louie the dog. Oh boy, here I am hanging around the city of Lakeville, and this dog just does not know what to do with himself. I mean, there's nothing for this dog to do, so I'm hanging out around Juneau Trail. Oh, and look at that behind me. I think that's Parks and Recreation Director Steve Machad. Maybe he can give me some tips and some hints on some cool things to do in area parks. Hey, Mr. Machad!
Well, let's see how many leaves are on this tree. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Steve,
4.
how you doing? It's me, Louie the dog.
Hey, Louie, how you doing?
Oh, Steve, I'm so sad and depressed.
Now, why?
Well, you know, I've been hanging out here in the city of Lakeville. It's the fall time, and there's nothing for a dog to do. And, you know, I thought maybe I'd stop by and see, is there something new and exciting going on in the Park and Rec department that maybe would cheer me up and get me all excited and flustered?
So there's always lots to do, and we have a great new map out that just hit the streets.
Yeah?
Came back from the printer 2 weeks ago. We're trying to get it distributed to everybody.
What kind of a map?
It's a brand new park and trail map.
Ooh, a park and trail map. Have you ever had a park and trail map
We
before?
have never had one that was specifically done by the city.
Wow,
but
so this is the original, the numero uno park and trail map.
it's the very first one,
Oh,
and
cool.
it was sponsored by Dakota County Health Department.
Oh, so no taxpayer dollars were involved, eh?
No tax dollars, and
Easy for you to say.
It is really to show our residents where all these beautiful trails are.
Cool. Now, how many miles of trails again do we have here in the city of Lakeville,
We
Steve?
think we are near 100 miles of trails.
100 miles of trails? That's a lot. Cool.
That's a lot, and our residents are really using them and getting more healthy every day, and we are going to encourage our residents to find the maps, and they're being distributed at various city locations.
Yeah, where are they available, Steve?
City Hall for one.
Yeah.
At the Lakeville Police Department.
Sure.
I believe we have them at the library.
Yeah.
And you can call us so we can tell you other outlets.
What
as
should
they
we
get
call
distributed. Well, the number at our office is 952-985-4608.
Ah, and what's the number that people can reach you after 10 p.m. evenings and weekends?
That number is not published, I'm sorry to say.
Ah, smart man. Well, Steve, what are some of the highlights of the map here?
Well, the map shows all existing trails and sidewalks throughout the entire city. It shows all of our parks. It shows all the public buildings and schools. It also shows a classification system of all of our different parks. It's all color-coded. It also has a grid that shows you where the particular park might be by a grid.
Is it lickable?
It's not lickable.
It's not lickable? If you scratch it, is it scratch and sniffable?
No, it's just a normal piece of paper.
Next map, could you do scratch and sniffable?
Okay, we
Yeah.
can put leaf smell on it.
Yeah, or dirt.
Or dirt.
Yeah.
On the other page,
Ooh,
the opposite side, it talks about a new concept we're developing on heavily used corridors like the Ipava Trail Corridor. Shows a whole series of new loop systems. People walk up and down Ipava, they don't realize that they can take a half mile or a 1 mile or 2 mile loop.
Yeah.
All those new signs have been purchased and are now installed for use by our residents. And all those signs were also paid for by a grant from the Dakota County Public Health Department.
Now, I got to ask you a question about the Ipava Trail map there. I don't see you highlighting hydrants, and that is very important to us dogs. Why were those not included?
The hydrants, unfortunately, we forgot to invite dogs to our planning session on that. I apologize.
That's okay, maybe next meeting.
Okay, we'll do that.
Well, hey, Steve, seeing though you showed me the trail map, how about if you and I head on out down the trail and see if that trail map works?
We can do that, and we'll have good exercise in the process and become much more healthier.
Okay, you want to take me for a walk now, Steve? Will you take me for a walk? Will you take me for a walk?
Absolutely. Let's
He said,
go.
come on, let's go then. Hey, Steve, this is fantastic, taking a walk on this great trail with you. So nice of you, but sorry I was late for our interview.
That's okay. Isn't it nice out here with the fresh air and visiting
is.
with people
It
and
is.
nature?
Oh.
A pothole.
No, I tripped over my own paws. Hey, we'll see you next time, folks. Come on, Steve.
Bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum. Here comes the Fall Sisters with their segment called What's That? We have Euphronia and Euphronia, so let's look at that show. Ha!
Hi, and welcome to another edition of What's That? I'm Euphronia, here in our cool segment where you guys out there try to guess what's that? And joining me, as always, is my sister, Euphronia. Say hi to everyone, Euphronia. Hi! So just to remind everybody what this segment is, we'll show you a picture of something, and then you gotta guess what it is. Right, Euphronia? Yeah! So let's move ahead and find out what's that? All right, Euphronia, what's that? I don't know. Is it a Tootsie Roll? Is it a truck axle? Is it a lip waxer? Okay, Euphronia, let's find out what it is. It's the back of a stoplight. Ah! Did you get that one, Euphronia? No! Hey, you didn't do too hot with that last one, did you, Euphronia? No! Well, then let's see how you do it this time. Yeah! Ah, honkers! Okay, sister, what's that? I don't know. Is it a hot plate? Is it a bun warmer? Is it a shower curtain? Well, that's a tough one, but it's a fire hydrant. Ah, did you get that one, Euphronia?
No! You're really not very good at this game, are you, Euphronia? No! Well, let's give you one more chance to see if you can find out. What's that? Are you in there? Hi! What's that? I don't know. Is it a gravy bowl? Is it a goulash spoon? Is it a Russian fluff fork? All right, you guys, this is your last time to try to get a correct answer. It's it's the bridge at County Road 50 and Interstate 35. Yeah, that was a tough one, wasn't it, Euphronia? Yeah! So until next time, this is Euphronia and Euphronia for What's That? Say goodbye, sister. Yeah!
Hello, everyone. It is I, Ted Pickle, here once again for this month's Kids Quick Tip on election history moments here in Minnesota. In the 2008 U.S. presidential election, 77.9% of eligible Minnesotans voted, the highest percentage of any U.S. state, versus the national average of 61.2%.
Halloween safety, Halloween safety. Here's a segment with Hank and Georgette on Halloween safety. Take it away, Frog and Pig.
Yes, this is Hank the Hog. Oh, yes, Commissioner. Sounds good. I'll get right on it. That's Hank's world. Hello, everyone. It is I, Hank the Hog, here for another edition of Hank's World. And this month, we're taking a look at Halloween safety tips for kids. You like my mask? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Well, here assisting me today is Halloween safety expert Georgette the Frog. How are you doing today, Georgette?
I'm doing
the
great.
Frog.
Yo, I'm doing great, Hank the Hog.
Oh, Peter, that was a kind of an icky smell coming out of your mouth.
Sorry about that. I had bacon this morning.
Bacon?
Ah!
You know what I had for breakfast?
What?
French fried frog legs.
Ah!
Oh! That's always a good one. Well, Georgette, are you ready to tell the kids about some Halloween safety tips for this year?
Absolutely.
All right, why don't you go get your first costume
All right,
on.
I will.
What are you doing?
It's my elevator.
Some people get all the luck. Oh, I've never gotten an elevator. Yes. Well, anyway, first of all, kids, we're going to give you some tips about having a safe costume during Halloween. Now, the first tip that we're going to give you is make sure that your costume is short and snug.
Yeah.
Georgette?
Yeah.
That costume is not short and snug.
It's not.
It's oversized and
It's tipping
getting
over.
in my face.
No, it's tipping over.
Well, anyway, the tip for this is baggy sleeves, big capes, puffy skirts can trip you up and catch fire if they brush against a jack-o'-lantern or candle flames.
Yeah.
I hope you do better next time. Bye-bye. That's what I get for having a frog as an assistant. Well, she's supposed to be the expert. You coming? Excuse me, are you Georgette?
Yes, of course I am.
You look like a shoe head.
I'm getting a real kick out of this.
Oh! Right in the schnoot. Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those types of segments. Well, here's the tip, guys. My shoes fit. Make sure your shoes fit. Big floppy shoes are not good, like clown shoes and adult shoes. They make it hard to walk and may make you fall. Oh boy, is that comfortable for you?
Love it.
Well, okay, here's our next tip. Let's see you, Georgette. Well, our next tip is make sure your props that you use with your costume are flexible. Now this isn't a real knife. It bends. See, oh! Oh, dear.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. See, it's wiggly and wobbly.
It's a wobbly, wiggly. Yep.
Yeah, it's wiggly and wobbly, and costume props can hurt you badly if you fall, so make sure swords, knives are made of flexible plastic or rubber. Oh! I got the cat. Sorry about that. All right, Georgette, final costume, please.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going a lot further than I thought. Oh, you like my mask? It's very cool. Oh, here she comes. This tip is supposed to be the eye holes in my mask are wide enough. I don't even see any eye holes.
Well, I didn't know I was supposed to put any in.
No, brother. Well, here's the tip. Make sure if you wear a mask that it fits you properly and the eye holes allow you to see fully. Don't wear a mask that is too loose. It can sloop and block your vision.
Or too baggy.
That's right. Even better, paint your face instead of wearing a mask. Makeup is a better option than a mask. All right, now that we've talked about costumes, let's talk about safety in the streets. What's that?
That's my escalator.
Oh, brother. You come with a high-class operation, don't you?
Well, of course I do.
Yeah, all I got is my grandma's Bako bits.
No.
Very depressing.
Ew.
Anyway, streets, drivers can see your costume if you wear light, reflective costumes, and you can add glow sticks to your costume.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, most of them are green like you.
Thank you.
The glow sticks, not the costume.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Make sure that you trick-or-treat in groups. Don't go it alone while trick-or-treating. Kids, if you're under 13, make sure you go with an adult.
An adult.
Yeah, an older kid should always go with buddies.
Good idea.
And finally, make sure you cross the street at intersections and crosswalks. You'd never do that, would you?
Oh, no, I just hop across the streets.
Yeah, like a game of Frogger and you get smushed. Right?
You're so mean.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And talking about treats, once you get home, make sure you have your parents check your treats, and then once they say go ahead,
No.
you can eat them.
No.
What? What do you mean no?
No, I want to eat him now. I want to eat him now.
You have to wait till your parents say it's all right.
Why?
French fried frog legs.
Oh,
Hey, Georgette.
Yes.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
Oh, you want to see my costume?
Well, I'm going to be the mask baconator. What are you going to be?
Well, hang on. I'll go get my costume.
Oh, good. Oh, you know what? This is going to be funny. I'm going to put this scary mask on, and when she comes out, I'm going to scare her. Let me put that on. Isn't this a scary mask? It's going to really scare Georgette. Hey, Georgette, let's see your costume.
Hi. Happy Halloween, folks.
You like it when puppets mess up their lines. You like it when puppets don't know what they're talking about. Well, hey. This is the segment for you, because it's time for Kids and Government Bloopers.
Every episode of Ask Mr. E, this segment is written, produced, directed, starred, and potpourried, potpourried. Sorry. Okay, I'll ask him the question again. Okay, Neil, tell us, why does Lakeville have a winter parking ordinance?
854608.
And what's your home number for calls after 10 p.m. at night?
That one isn't public.
I'm just kidding you.
We're going to do that over.
You didn't like that
No,
one?
that had nothing to do with it. I gave you the wrong number. Throughout the system.
Yeah?
It talks about classifications of trails.
You forgot to put your phone on silent, didn't you?
This is too here.
Unbelievable.
Hot chick, Terry Mashad.
Whoa!
Well, Minnesota, cobbled together from lands that was purchased, pickles. First up here, I want to talk to you about how Minnesota voted. Oh, that was just not right. However, get out of there. States land acquired in the Louisiana Purchase. To give you some election history. Hello everyone, it is I, Ted Pickle, here for our final Kids Quick Tips on election history moments here in Minnesota. Women received the right to vote in Minnesota on September 8th, 1919, in accordance with the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Well, everyone, we decided to move inside because my Calvin raccoon shirt isn't keeping me nice and warm anymore, so must be time for that old turtleneck. But hey, before we go, we must do our Historic Points segment, and this month we'll be joining Elwood McFarland. How you doing, Elwood?
Yes, I'm in Evelyn, Minnesota.
Man, that's a great big hockey stick, Elwood. Let's see what I want to see. Let's see this month's Historic Point. Ooh, very cool, very cool. Well, folks, that's it for this edition of Kids in Government. If you have questions on any of the information we've covered, please feel free to give us a call. Our studio line is 952-985-4418, and you can watch our show and all the programming here on Channel 16 on the city's website at www.lakeville.mn.gov. Ho ho! And we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody!
Hey, I'm a dog singing the doggy-doo blues. Dogs must be leashed when out of their own yards. If you're walking a dog, clean up if it leaves a gift. Take the poo and put it in a bag. Throw it out, dispose of the stuff in a sanitary way. Throw it out. If you do this, you'll keep our parks and nature clean. Be a responsible pet owner and clean up after your dog. I know I would.